So let me show you the world record. It's pretty lame. I think you can beat it. World's fastest rubber band car. You can see I've been clicking on that one. So this is Guinness World Records. It's the fastest rubber band car, 2.82 seconds over 5 meters. So I've got a little course over there. I've got blue tape at one end, and then I've got 2 pieces of blue tape at the other. The farthest pieces of blue tape, those are 5 meters. The last 2 pieces are 1 foot, and I'll tell you what those are for in a little while. But this gets up to a little under 4 meters per second, and its acceleration is about 1.7 meters per second squared. So your goal is to try to beat the 5 meter time, but also to measure your acceleration and your top speed, which we'll go over how to do in a little while. First, let me just finish showing you how to assemble this. So you get it together like this. These need to go on the outside like that. And then you've got to string your rubber band through the center, and also through these things, and also around these legs. So first thing I'm going to do is hook my little hook to the rubber band like this and start pulling it through the center of this wooden washer like that. And this outside right here, I need to make sure this goes around that leg of the spool tractor. That can be adjusted later. You don't have to worry about exactly where it is. Now this rubber band needs to go all the way through. And if you're doing more rubber bands, it's more trouble, but it's more power. And then pull it out the other side like this. And then on the other side, it also needs to go through this other little washer. It's easier if you have 2 people, but you can do it with 1. Okay, so I got it through that washer, and then I just need to put it on the other leg of the spool tractor. Got that opened up. Might not be a good idea to take it off of your paper clip until you've really got this through. And pulling this back, you can see this is crooked. So there were some people who were saying, why isn't my car going straight? But it was because their wires aren't straight. You can adjust that by pushing these back. If you need to, you can bend the wire, but this point should be right in front of the middle of your axle, and then it should be pretty good. So if I wind this up, nothing's going to happen. And you can see the rubber band isn't tightening up. To get the rubber band to tighten up, this nail or something has to go between the 2 sides of the rubber band, so it'll start to twist. So I'm using my paper clip again to spread the rubber band apart. And there. So it's going right between the 2 halves of the rubber band. Now as I do this, the easiest way to wind this up is just to push it around, push it along the floor, and then set it down, and it goes like that. So you can have a front wheel drive or rear wheel drive. Some people try to have rear wheel drive because most sports cars are like that. But what's the problem if you have a really, really high amount of torque and you have a rear wheel drive? What happens? Or if they don't spin out, it'll pop a wheelie and this thing will come over backward. So the solution to that is, if it's not working like this as a rear wheel drive, turn it over, and then you've got a front wheel drive, and it won't pop a wheelie that way. So if you have too much torque for your traction, yeah. So there's some ways to fix that. I'm not going to give you any advice, but you can vary the rubber bands, you can vary how much you wind this up, you can vary the size of you can add weight to it, whatever you want to do to try to get this thing to go do the fastest 5 meter possible. This is like the 1/4 mile scaled down to the 5 meter. You're just trying to go for that.